Hey fam, you know it is Big Brother John, aka Silverback. Doing a 3.5 hour drive to embrace my past, respect my future, and appreciate my present. I'm going back home, Pittsburgh, man, and make a video. I think is way overdue. This video is way overdue. It's just an affirmation of what I believe, and that is that our decisions and choices are a powerful, creative force that will impregnate the rest of our lives. The choices you make manifest themselves, and hopefully the manifestation of your choices is what you truly wanted. And this is just the beginning of the understanding that when we as human beings make choices, that we have to cognitively learn to count the cost. The cost of getting a college education is a lot of studying, money, time, energy. You can't party like you think you can. You have to be focused. And it's the same when you do wrong. Are you willing to count the cost of how your life will be changed by making choices that will affect you for the rest of your life? So I said, Jonathan, you owe it to the people. You owe it to the youth. I owe it to my children. I owe it to my elders to just go ahead and get this thing over with and stop, pushing the Dr. Morse thing. And then, pretty much Dr. Morse. I got the degree. I got the education. I have my master's in pastoral clinical counseling, but there's a door that I have not really dealt with the people. And I think that once we go through this door of no return, we'll get a better understanding of my passion, a better understanding of why I love our youth, and I love our people, and I love our culture. And my culture is my people, my neighborhood that I grew up in. And this whole year has been pulling on my heart that it is truly time to give my all. I've did the study and I did the preparation. Now this is like a hard one for me. So I ask everyone's understanding in advance, not your forgiveness, but your understanding. Now, if you hear in the video to proceed, that comes after this one, precedes this one, a little cracking in my voice. Sometimes you might hear a little bitterness in my voice, but the bitterness is not against anyone but myself. I've been bitter with myself for a minute when I was younger. And I had to learn that through my choices, I gave people power. I empowered people through my choices to almost control my life. So your choices manifest themselves in real life. The choices you make, young man and young woman, brother and sister, family, will manifest itself. That's why I use the word impregnate. It might take 9 months, it might take 12 months, but the choices that you make will manifest themselves. And you will have to bathe that choice. You're going to have to feed that choice. You're going to have to change the diapers of that choice. And all choices are not detrimental. And I want you to understand that too when you hear me say consequences and choices. There's a consequence to going to college, and there's some good, powerful consequences when you actually, get that piece of paper or get that certification or get that diploma, but there's also the thing that we call consequences, is when you make self-destructive and negative choices in your life. I truly needed to do this today, man. Like, I'm like overwhelmed, like, but I know I'm obligated to the people. I'm obligated to my tribe, and that's what my new thing. I got people who's counting on me to give you 100, and so I'm gonna give you 110. So when it's your turn, I expect nothing less than 110. Why? Because we're tribing, and we're trying to bless each other, and we're trying to hold each other accountable. So I can't tell someone that I'm holding them accountable if I'm not holding myself accountable. So the video that will precede this one, which is the door of no return, and that pretty much your choices have power. I want to really let you see a part of me that I'm afraid to see myself sometimes, because truthfully, I had to do some things inside the walls of this penitentiary that I'll be videotaping in other penitentiaries so I can survive. And I'm not proud of the people I had to hurt, but they tried to hurt me, so I had to hurt them before they hurt me. And I remember the people I've hurt, like my family. I hurt my family going to prison. I want you to understand that you are a piece of a family, and when you are missing, that family is missing a piece of oxygen, a piece of your aura, and it is killing them. And they have to do the time that you have to do, and it's sometimes worse for them because they don't know if you're getting beaten, raped. They don't know if the guards is halfway killing you. They don't know your position, and then they come through doors and get humiliated by getting searched and patted. Guards filling on your sisters and opening up your baby's diapers and hitting on your significant other or your wife because she know you locked up. They just straight 100% disrespectful. And this animalistic personality pursues the whole penal system. It's just not the prisoners, it's animalistic. I'll tell you something. When you become a part of the prison system, the penitentiary, Department of Corrections, it changes your life if you are a prisoner or a guard. And a real person that is in the judicial system called a prison guard will tell you it changes your life. And if you're not strong, the animals that they say the prisoners are, I know guards is 10 times worse than anybody. I'd rather be in prison with a bunch of prisoners with no rules or regulations or guards over us than some of the guards that I had to deal with, because a lot of them lost their minds. They lost their scruples because of the things they had to see. The prisoners jumping off of chairs, the prisoners cutting their wrists, the prisoners getting stabbed to death. And as a guard, you have to look at that and then go home. You have to do more time than most prisoners. The average guard gonna do 30 years. The average guy to go in prison ain't doing 30 years. But that guard has to go willfully into the door no return daily for 30 years. And I'm not giving no guard no pass, but I'm telling you, the criminal justice system has an ugly part. And all we see is the movies about the judicial system. That thing called the prison house, Department of Corrections, maximum security penitentiaries. It's some animal stuff that's popping off in there. Some real animal stuff that's popping off in there, and it will change how you see life. It will change you. It will make you a monster, and can't nobody tell me no different. I was in there, and I never forget. I thank the Creator that I did not become a monster inside that system. That was my prayer. When I leave these doors, make sure I'm humane and conscious. So I want everyone to know that I love you, and that the video that precedes this one. It's out of respect and love. God bless.